Hello dear students of class 9th, welcome to economics class. I hope all of you are fit and healthy. Students, in this video, I shall be continuing with the third chapter from your economics book, that is Poverty as a Challenge. Students, in the previous video, I explained you about poverty estimates and vulnerable groups. Now students, in this video, I shall be explaining you about interstate disparity. Now what is the meaning of interstate disparity? What is the meaning of this term disparity? See, disparity is a very common term. Disparity means difference. For example, suppose you got 80% in your examination and your friend got 50% in his examination. So there is a difference of percentage in between you and your friend. So this difference is called as disparity. I gave you example of disparity of marks, but in this topic I'll explain you the disparity between different states with regard to poverty. Students, let me tell you that the proportion of poor is not the same in all the states. In some states, there are more poor people, while in other states, the proportion of poor is comparatively less. Also students, the success rate of declining poverty also varies from one state to another. So in this topic, I am going to explain you about So students, in this topic I am going to discuss about the disparity between different states in our country. Alright. Students, you already know that the average poverty of our country is 22%, or to be more precise, it is 21.9%. This you already know. And here you can see a bar graph is given in which the poverty ratios of different states are mentioned, as you can see here. So I am going to analyze this bar graph and tell you that what we can get from this topic. See, as you can see, states like Madhya Pradesh, Assam, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and Odisha, they had high poverty level in India. And if I talk about Bihar and Odisha, and they continue to be the two poorest states with the poverty ratios of 33.7% and 32.6% respectively. Now why the condition of these states, that means Bihar, Odisha, continue to be poor? What is the reason behind this? See students, there are many reasons that why these states continue to be poor and they are considered to be the poorest states. First of all, low level of development in terms of infrastructure. Development in these states are comparatively less than that of other states. The infrastructure development has not happened to that extent. This is one reason. Then the proportion of vulnerable groups is more in these states. Now if I talk about Bihar, if I talk about Odisha, then you know these states, they have more poor people, the people who are more vulnerable, the people who are more prone to poverty. For example, you will find landless laborers, casual landless laborers, you will find SCs, you will find STs more in these areas, and these people are generally more prone to poverty. So this is also one reason, that the reason is vulnerability. So this is the second reason why these states are considered to be poor. And third point is, these are highly populated. Definitely these are highly populated, but they do not have proper, or they do not have adequate opportunities. Definitely population is there is a population explosion, but they are not getting jobs. they have lack of opportunities, as a result of which they continue to be poor. If I talk about Bihar, then even today majority of people in Bihar, they are engaged in agriculture work, they are engaged in farming, but still they are poor. See, population is growing day by day. If population will grow, then there will be more mouths to feed. We'll require more food. There is demand of more food, and there are more people who are engaged in agriculture. But the people who are engaged in agriculture, they are not able to become prosperous. They are not able to grow. This is the irony. Definitely, this can be called as irony. People are involved in that occupation, but still they are not able to become prosperous, they are not able to improve their situation. So these are the reasons why these states, they are considered to be poor, or I would say poorest of poor. The students, I have already now cut this line. Now students, let me talk about the states who have become prosperous. So there has been a significant decline in poverty in some states like Kerala, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat and West Bengal. Now what is the reason of decline in poverty? Why the poverty ratios have declined? Why they have decreased in these states? What are the reasons? See, first let me talk about Kerala. Why the poverty ratios have declined? Because they have invested in human capital, that means education and health. They are giving more importance to the human resources, they are giving more stress to the education and healthcare facilities, because of which the condition has improved. Then we have Maharashtra. Maharashtra has grown because of industrialization, because of several policies. Then we have Andhra Pradesh, because of several land reforms that were brought by the government. Tamil Nadu we have due to several government policies. Then we have Gujarat, again because of industrialization, because of the growth of, because of expansion of industries. These states have grown up. The poverty ratios have declined. Now we have West Bengal. Then because of successful land reforms that were brought after independence by the government. So because of these points, the poverty ratio of these states have successfully declined. So this is the reason. So I hope that this point is clear to everybody. Now students, let us see about the global scenario, the global poverty scenario. Students, let me tell you that poverty is not only restricted to India, but it is worldwide. Everywhere in the world poverty can be seen. Somewhere, in some regions, in some countries, poverty ratios are less, while in some countries the poverty ratios are more, but it is seen in the entire world. Alright. So students, there has been a substantial reduction in global poverty, but it is marked with great regional differences. Now what is the meaning of this? Definitely there has been a substantial decline in the poverty ratio, but poverty has not declined in all the regions with the same pace. In some regions poverty has declined to a great extent, while in some regions, in some countries, poverty is still the same, or it has reduced very less or with less percentage. So definitely we are seeing the global scenario, but we need to keep in mind that all the places, all the regions are not the same. The results are different in different countries. So we are dealing with the global perspective. We are dealing with the global scenario. And let me tell you that this topic is very important because question may come in your examination that write short notes on global poverty scenario. Then you will have to write certain points related to the global poverty scenario. So students, as you can see, a graph is there, a bar graph is there, and with the help of this we will analyze this and then we will come to several conclusions. So first of all, as you can see from this, the poverty, so students, as you can see from this, poverty declined substantially in China and Southeast Asian countries, for example, Japan, Indonesia, Myanmar, Thailand. Why? Why poverty has declined? As a result of rapid economic growth and massive investment in human resource development. That means these countries, they are investing more in human resource development. That means education and health. The students, human beings are the greatest assets of any country. So if a country is investing in the human capital, that means it is investing in the development of that entire country. So that is why, since these countries have invested in human capital, so that is why they have grown. If a person will be educated, if a person will be healthy, definitely that person will contribute to the development of the country, right? And if that person will be healthy, if that person will be fit and educated, then definitely that person will get work as per his or her skill. So that person will not be left unemployed, and if the person will not be left unemployed, definitely that person will not be poor. So this way, since these countries have invested in human capital, so they have grown. The poverty ratios have declined in these countries. Now students, let me talk about countries of South Asia, for example, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, these countries, Bhutan. The poverty ratio have declined, and the poverty ratio, it has rapidly declined to 34%. But this is not a very good ratio, I would say, because the average poverty ratio of our country is 21.9, and poverty ratios have declined, but it is only 34%. So we have a long way to go. So definitely positive results have come up, but we need to work on it in an efficient way to get better and efficient results. Now let us see the other countries. That means the sub-Saharan African, that is the sub-Sahara Now students, let us see the sub-Saharan Africa, where poverty in fact has declined from 51% in 2005 to 41% in 2015. And if I talk about Latin America, that means South America, Mexico, these countries, the ratio of poverty has also declined from 10% in 2005 to 4% in 2015. See, in these countries, the poverty ratios were already very less, that means they were only 10%, but that also has declined to 4% in 2015, which is definitely a very good indicator. Alright students. So more or less in every country, poverty has declined to some extent. Why? Because people are getting educated, they know what to do, how to earn money, how to grab opportunities, and if a person will grab opportunities, then definitely that person will get out of that trap of poverty, and once the person is out of that trap, the person will help in the economic growth of that country. And also students, let me tell you, the new Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations, that means UN, it proposes ending poverty of all types by 2030. That means according to United Nations, by 2030, poverty of all the types will be declined, or it will be almost finished. according to United Nations. So I hope till here points are clear to everybody. Students, in the next video I will be explaining you the causes of poverty. What are the reasons why we are facing poverty, especially in India. So students, thank you so much. I'll meet you in the next video with the next topic. Till then, stay safe, stay happy and do take good care of yourselves. Thank you.